Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to completely demystify the honestly overwhelming process of AI video creation. Because let's be real, if you've ever played around with AI tools, you know that trying to pull a cohesive video out of them can feel incredibly chaotic. But we're going to fix that today. We're going to treat AI filmmaking exactly like building a Lego house. Literally, block by block. You know, you wouldn't build the roof before the foundation, right? So we definitely aren't going to generate video before we actually have a solid plan.
Okay, so let's dive right into this essential mindset shift. If you want to stop getting those fake-looking, randomly morphing results that kind of plague amateur AI videos, you have to take command. You literally have to stop thinking, I want AI to make me a movie. Instead, you need to realize that you are the director, and AI, well, it's just your film crew. You're directing the actors, the camera, the lighting, the whole shebang. You can't just ask it to make a movie, you've got to guide it every step of the way. And to help you guide that crew, we're breaking down a massive 18-step tutorial into a really streamlined director's blueprint. It's a 5-phase logical workflow: crafting story and script, designing your cinematic world, motion and camera shots, sound, music, and editing, and finally, achieving premium cinematic polish. Let's get into it.
Starting with Phase 1, crafting story and script. A pro AI filmmaking coach's absolute golden rule is that you never, ever generate pictures before the story is perfectly clear. I mean, if you don't know what happens, your AI crew definitely isn't going to know. So every great script starts with a super simple seed formula. Who is the story about? What do they want? What's their problem? And how does it end? The source material gives us this fantastic ongoing example to follow today. Meet Joss. He's a 12-year-old Nigerian boy who wants to play football, but his problem is that his family can't afford boots. He refuses to give up, and the ending is that he eventually gets discovered by a professional scout. That right there is our seed.
Once you have that seed, you turn it into a script. Think about it like this. If you want to make a 2-minute short film, you divide it into roughly 10-second chunks. Do the math, and that means you need exactly 12 scenes. This instantly gives your movie a highly structured beginning, middle, and end. You move logically from introducing your hero to showing the problem, hitting a turning point, and finally delivering that emotional payoff.
Which brilliantly brings us to the next vital step: your character Bible. This is absolutely crucial. You're creating a detailed reference identity. You want specific details, down to his blue jersey and the small scar above his left eyebrow. You create a character reference image first, and then you use it every single time you generate Joss. This is exactly how you ensure your hero doesn't randomly change faces, hairstyles, and clothes in every single scene. Because honestly, that's the #1 giveaway of an amateur AI film.
Moving right along to Phase 2, designing your cinematic world. This is where we lock in the overarching visual identity of our film before we even think about animating anything. Look at the stark difference here between a weak beginner prompt and a professional master prompt. Beginners will just type, make a realistic picture. But a master prompt, it tells the AI crew exactly what cinematic camera, lens, and lighting to use. You're dictating a 35mm lens, a shallow depth of field, premium feature film photography. This exact level of detail is what gives all your scenes a unified, high-budget look. Returning to our Lego analogy for a second, you build these visuals systematically. Step 1, you map out a storyboard. Think of it like a comic book for your movie. Step 2, you generate one perfect static master picture, a keyframe, for each of your 12 scenes. Step 3, you refine that single image until it is flawlessly cinematic. Actually, scratch that. Don't even worry about video yet. Just get the picture absolutely perfect first.
All right, Phase 3, motion and camera shots.
Now that our beautiful, consistent static images are completely locked in, we can finally yell, action. The critical concept here is using image to video. This is the technique of feeding your perfect static keyframe into an AI video generator to animate it. You never, ever ask the AI to create motion from scratch. You give it the picture, and then you instruct it specifically on who moves, what moves, like maybe a short blowing gently in the breeze, and the camera movement. This gives you total, absolute directorial control.
Now, you don't need to be some seasoned Hollywood cinematographer to pull this off, but you absolutely must command these 7 essential camera shots. You're going to use a wide shot to introduce Joss's neighborhood, right? A medium shot when he's talking to his mom, and a close-up or extreme close-up for the real emotion, like a single tear rolling down his face. Understanding when to use a high angle to show vulnerability or a tracking shot for running is exactly how you convey true emotion and scale to your audience.
Okay, here is a massive beginner mistake.
trying to generate an entire 2-minute movie in one single prompt. I promise you, it will fail. Pro directors break it down into tight, manageable 5 to 10 second generations per shot. So, scene 1 is 8 seconds, scene 2 is 7 seconds, and so on. This gives you exponentially more control over the final product.
Which brings us to Phase 4, sound, music, and editing. We have our beautifully directed video clips, so now we enter post-production. This is where the magic truly happens and those individual AI clips finally become a cohesive, emotional film. Think of your timeline like stacking those Lego blocks one last time. You arrange your video clips, then you add your voice and dialogue. And remember the golden rule of audio. The voice is always the absolute king of the scene, while the music acts as the helper. The music should never, ever overpower your dialogue.
Now here is the real secret sauce. Beginners almost always skip sound effects, but adding specific audio layers is exactly what elevates your film. Don't just show a door opening. You gotta add the click and the creak. If Josh is running, we need to hear the footsteps crunching in the dirt and his heavy breathing. Adding these granular audio layers makes an AI video feel staggeringly real to the human brain. It's a total game changer.
Once your timeline is built, you have to edit. And as you trim that timeline, you need to ruthlessly ask yourself one simple question. If I remove this shot, does the story still work? If the answer is yes, cut it. Seriously, don't fall in love with a clip just because the AI generated it beautifully. Trimming the fat is one of the greatest secrets of professional editing.
Finally, Phase 5, achieving premium cinematic polish.
These are the finishing touches required to really grip your audience's attention and make your final project feel truly expensive. Pacing is everything, especially if you're posting this to social media. Whatever you do, do not start with a boring introduction like, "Hi, my name is Joss." No way. Hit them immediately with a visual and audio hook in the first 3 seconds. Imagine Joss standing alone on an empty, dusty field with a voiceover saying they told him he would never become a footballer. Boom. You've hooked them, you've built curiosity, and now they literally have to stick around to watch the escalation.
So, before you hit export, always cross-reference this premium AI cinema checklist. Ensure your character's identity and wardrobe haven't drifted. Check that you haven't exaggerated the colors. Premium cinema usually looks controlled, not super saturated, so make sure your color grading is consistent across all your shots. Check that your lighting is cinematic and your sound effects are layered cleanly.
I'll leave you with this final coaching challenge directly from our sources. Please don't start with a 20-minute epic masterpiece. Start small. Can you master a single 60-second movie using just 6 to 8 shots? Prove you can actually command your AI film crew through a single minute first. Master the consistency, the sound, and the pacing on a small scale. And then, watch your filmmaking skills scale up to incredible heights.